Do you find backwards skating really unnatural? I've got a few tips that are going to help you get more comfortable. I have a full video on backwards bubbles if you need a bit more help with that, but we're going to go on to pizza feet. So pizza feet, you're going to have your feet in A position and you're going to have the weight to the ball of your foot. Very important, even though we're going backwards, still want your weight forwards. Now this pizza feet is great because it transfers your weight. So I'm going to transfer all my weight here, lift the foot back to center, transfer all my weight to the right hand side, lift my foot. Now when you're pizza feeting, you're going to have your weight on the inside edges. And then you're going to push away. So I'm going to transfer my weight to my left foot and push away from the inside. Back together, transfer to the right and push away. Now I'm coming back to center every time. And that's really important because otherwise you're going to end up getting wider and wider and you're going to lose your ability to push because you can't push if your feet are too wide. So you must come back to center. But don't forget, we also do pizza feet forwards. So if you're feeling a little unsteady, you can go back to forwards pizza feet. It's exactly the same. Inside edges, push, push, push. Now what happens with this one is as you get faster, your feet straighten up, but I'm still pushing from the inside. And that is exactly what happens backwards. So as you get more speed, your feet will start to straighten, but you still want to use that inside edge push. So I'm here. You see how my feet are sort of straightening up, but this one, the push foot is still turning outwards, and that's where my push is coming from. So it can be really, really scary to find your edges and to lean into your edges when you're backwards. So we're going to do a backwards slalom. And this is great because it also makes sure you keep the weight to the ball of your foot because you're going to slightly lift onto the ball of your feet so the back wheels can slip. So I'm going to a little bit of speed up and then I'm going to get nice and low and I'm going to lean like this. And I'm leaning into my edges. So I'm kind of pushing here and giving myself some bubbles, some inside edge push to get me rolling. And I'm leaning here. So I'm putting loads of weight on the front trucks so I can really lean on those inside edges and give myself some momentum and feel this and start to trust my backwards edges. So you can also use this on a corner here. One thing you'll notice that I'm not doing at the moment is looking where I'm going. So that can feel really, really awkward because it can push you off of your edges. So let's talk about the best way to look where you're going. So you have to turn your body open to look behind you, but then it starts pushing your edges. But we can use our good friend, the Stagger, because you see straight away my body's open and it's going to make it a lot easier to look over this shoulder. And vice versa, if I'm going in this direction, I can use the opposite Stagger, opens my body up and I can look over there. And I can use the front foot for momentum. So I'm going to go round this way. Now most of my weight's going to be on this back leg, on the ball of my foot still. Then I can look. And this one is going to do bubbles. Look at that. And that actually feels really quite comfortable. Let's try another direction. Now you're going to probably find one Stagger more comfortable than the other. So start on the comfortable one and then you can move on to the more uncomfortable one. So all my weight here on the ball of my foot, shoulders open, looking over my shoulder, make sure the shoulder is down. You're not here, it needs to be down. So you can look over it. And then I'm going to wiggle the front foot. Using my inside edge here, pushing down into the floor. But this is my nice stable leg here. So this leg is nice and down low. Hopefully a couple of these techniques have made you feel a little bit more comfortable backwards. Now, don't forget, going backwards is a really weird sensation. At no point do we travel backwards like that in normal life. So it's gonna take you a little bit of time just to make it feel really natural and confident. I'm Katie from Skatie, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hopefully a couple of these